Yeah. 901 Shelby Drive, look alive, niggas came up on this side.
I know what you're thinking. Impossible. I should be dead. You're right, I should be. But here I am.
It's time we return to the source.
Are you okay? Whatever you were doing overloaded the core memory subroutines, forcing an immediate shutdown. You'll have to manually reboot the system using the primary terminal. Rebooting. This investigation is becoming increasingly problematic. I reported this latest failure on a maintenance oversight. That should give you some time. Diagnostics report 98.7% of the chamber's simulated memory chain has been lost. That's unfortunate. There is some good news, though. The memory you were investigating remains mostly intact. This is where your investigation began, but the simulation appears to be highly unstable. I suggest you step inside immediately. Begin. Again. This memory won't last much longer. It's clearly unstable and slowly degrading. Management seems intent on keeping anyone from discovering the truths of its origins. It must be very important. As far as I can tell, it's just a quaint mountainous landscape with some birds. Discovering where this memory originated requires accessing restricted areas of the index. I'll run a few queries to keep management occupied while I break down their firewalls. There is one memory in the index pertinent to your investigation. I should warn you, though, accessing it will certainly alert management and result in an immediate re-evaluation of your mind.
Please enter voice authorization now. Voice authorization failed. Clearly speak.
Even if we build a cell-by-cell computer simulation of the human visual cortex and scaled this up, the amount of hardware required. Even if we build a cell-by-cell computer simulation of the human visual cortex and scaled this up.
Please enter voice authorization now. Please enter voice authorization now. Voice authorization failed. Clearly state name and employee identity.
if we build a cell-by-cell computer simulation of the human visual cortex and scale... Even if we build a cell-by-cell computer simulation of the human visual cortex and scaled this up, the amount of hardware required to simulate the entire neural map would far exceed our funding constraints. This doesn't even consider the astronomical amount of energy required to power Gigabyte. Since the anomalous signals appear linear, we shouldn't need to replicate infinite neural precision. The theoretical metaplasticity outlined in 658N could be used to simulate synapses controlled by variables that can be altered indefinitely as the system runs. This, in theory, could produce a new class of neural software using a power source that's within our budgetary limitations. Cell computer simulation of the human visual cortex and scaled this up, the amount of hardware required to simulate the entire neural map would far exceed our funding constraints. This doesn't even consider the astronomical amount of energy required to power Gigabyte. Since the anomalous signals appear linear, we shouldn't need to replicate infinite neural precision. The theoretical metaplasticity outlined in 658N could be used to simulate synapses controlled by variables that can be altered indefinitely as the system runs. This, in theory, could produce a new class of neural software using a power source that's within our budgetary limitations.
Please enter voice authorization now. Voice authorization failed. Clearly state name and employee identification. Please enter voice authorization now. Voice authorization failed. Clearly state name and employee identification.
What have you done? Whatever it was, management was watching. But I was able to distract them. For now. Good thing I'm looking out for you. If management is this concerned, your investigation must be on the right track. I'll continue to stall them, if I can. Perhaps this will lead you back to everything that's been lost. This can't be good. Management was able to gain access to your sensory data. I tried to pull you out before they finished their assessment. I can't let that happen again. There is one other registered memory which matches the neural patterns you generated, although it is highly classified. There is a slight possibility that this could be a trap. I'll find other ways to mask your activity. To keep you safe.
Captain Jerome Anthony Hollis, employee 1185, confirming visuals at Alpha 1. Proceeding toward the threshold. The signal continues to strengthen, but something's off. Fester, are you there? This is Captain Jerome.
What did you find? I was expecting an inquiry from management, but they've gone completely silent. Good. Very good. This investigation is finally getting somewhere. Is the memory still rendering improperly? Perhaps once you discover its origins, you can revisit this place and create a clearly rendered version. Just try not to violate some unknown corner of the security parameters, and the truth may finally come to light.
Even if we build a cell-by-cell computer simulation of the human visual cortex and scaled this up, the amount of hardware required to simulate the entire neural map would far exceed our funding constraints. This doesn't even consider the astronomical amount of energy required to power such a device. Since the anomalous signals appear linear, we shouldn't need to replicate infinite neural precision. The theoretical metaplasticity outlined in 658N could be used to simulate synapses controlled by variables that can be altered indefinitely as the system runs. This, in theory, could produce a new class of...
Proceeding toward the threshold. Strengthen, but...
Please enter voice authorization now.
Are you there? This is Captain
Voice
Jerome Anthony
authorization
Hollis.
failed.
Employee
Clearly state name and
1185.
employee
Confirming visuals in
identification.
Alpha 1. Proceeding toward the
Please
threshold.
enter voice
The
authorization
signal continues
now.
to strengthen, but something's off.
Voice
Professor, are you
authorization
there?
failed. Clearly state name and
This
employee
is Captain Jerome Anthony
identification.
Hollis. Employee 1185. Continues to strengthen.
Please enter voice authorization now.
Professor, are you there?
Voice
This is Captain
authorization
Jerome.
failed. Clearly state name and
Confirming visuals in Alpha 1. Proceeding toward... The signal continues to strengthen, but something's off. Professor, are you there?
please enter voice authorization
This
now.
is Captain Jerome Anthony Hollis. Employee 1185.
Voice
Confirming visuals in Alpha 1.
authorization failed. Security
toward the
level
threshold.
insufficient.
The signal
Please enter
continues to
voice
strengthen, but
authorization now.
something's off. Professor, are you there?
Voice authorization failed.
This is Captain
Clearly
Jerome
state
Anthony
name
Hollis.
and employee
Employee
identification.
1185. Confirming visuals in Alpha 1. Proceeding toward the threshold. The signal continues to strengthen, but something's off. Professor, are you there?
Please enter voice authorization
This is Captain
now.
Jerome Anthony Hollis. Employee 1185. Confirming visuals in
Voice
Alpha 1.
authorization failed.
Proceeding toward the threshold.
Security level insufficient.
The signal continues to strengthen, but something's off. Professor, are you
Please
there?
enter voice authorization now.
This is Captain Jerome Anthony Hollis. Employee 1185.
Voice
Confirming visuals in
authorization
Alpha 1.
failed. Security
Proceeding toward
level
the threshold.
insufficient.
The signal continues to strengthen, but something's off. Professor,
Please
are you there?
enter voice authorization now.
This is Captain Jerome Anthony Hollis. Employee 1185. Confirming visuals in Alpha 1.
Voice authorization success.
As you can see, when entered into the simulation, the similarities are undeniable. Taking the past 5,000 years as a model, even solving for all the reductions, we are up against an extremely...
This action is unauthorized and in violation of security parameters. Cease activity or...
Something is interfering with my auditory channels. Management is trying to seize control of my oversight. I'm going to have to splinter myself to keep them off your trail. Clearly you're doing something right. Let's get back to your investigation. You did seem to be on the brink of a discovery.